Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Last session, we have completed that company settings. Today, we will start from how to create master files. In this session, we will try to complete customer master files, supplier master files, item master files, banking, accounts, and uh, company master files. Okay. Uh, and after you create master files, you can start transactions. Okay, first we will create customers. Before that, actually there are few add-on modules. You can activate those modules. You can go to this company console, or you can go to this administration, my profile, and sometimes you can see before or after your time tracking multi-currency debtors manager, there may be some add-on modules. You can, by clicking that, you can allocate or you can enable those add-on modules, or you can go to you can click your company name, click more, then under company console your company name will display here. After that, you can click this manage modules and tick to this time tracking, multi-currency, and debtors manager. After tick, you can save. Okay, like this, you can enable your add-on modules. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Click your company name, click more. Under company console, you can your company name will display here. From here, you can select or click manage modules and click on time tracking, multi-currency, debtors manager, and you can save. Like that, you can activate your add-on modules. Okay, please activate your add-on modules. Okay, after activate your modules, you can go to my profile, go to administration, my profile. From here, you can view your add-on modules. Okay, now we will go back to customer modules. From here, you can create customers. Go to customers module and click add a customer. Okay, hope you have activated your add-on modules. If not, please click this your company name, click more. Under company console, your company name will display here, and there's a button manage modules. Click on that manage modules, and click on this time tracking multi-currency debtors manager, and click save button. Okay, if you are correctly activated your modules, you can view from my profile, go to administration, my profile, and under current package, if you can see one in front of number of time tracking licenses, number of multi-currency licenses, and number of debtors manager licenses, you have correctly activated your add-on modules. Right. Next, we will move to how to create customers. Okay, you can create customers from customers module. Go to list of customers, click add a customer, or you can go to customers and click add a customer. Right. After you click this, you can enter your customer details. Okay. From this screen, you can enter your customer details. First, you need to enter your customer name. Here you can enter your customer name, and you can select your customer category. Now, customer category mainly used for reporting purposes. Now, when you are generating reports, you can select or you can filter your report by customer category. And if you have any customer categories, you can create here, or you can create customers categories from add new category button. After you click that add new category button, you can create new customers. Mainly, you can create customer categories for their buying pattern. For an example, you can categorize your customers by wholesale customers, retail customers, like that. Or area wise also, you can categorize your customers. For an example, gold customers, Matra customers, like that. You can categorize your customers. Or else product wise also you can categorize your customers. Next, cash sale customer. If this customer purchase only from cash, you can take this option. But if you take this option, all other fields will deactivated, and so you cannot enter any contact details or postal addresses. And if you want to maintain those details, you can untick this tick box and you can enter that other details. Right. Next, opening balance. Now, in practical situation, you may implement this accounting software for old company or new company. Now, if you are implementing for new company, there may be they are not opening balances. But if you are implementing this for all company, there may be opening balances. Okay. Now, for an example, that company, when you are going to implement, they may have started a few years back, and you will start transactions from 1st of April. And as at 31st March, there may be customer opening balances. Those opening balances you can enter here. And opening balance as a date, also you can select 1st of April or 31st March, you can select. And if you are implementing a system for all company, please use opening balance as a date 1 day before the opening date. Okay. Now, for an example, if you are starting from 1st of April, please take 31st March as opening balance as a date. Okay. Because if you are enter opening balances on 1st of April, there may be transactions in 1st of April. So you cannot identify what are the transactions from opening balances. Therefore, please select 1 day before that opening transaction date, so that you can identify your opening balance transactions. Okay, next, active tick box. Now from here, if you take this option, that customer is an active customer, and after you enter transaction, sometimes later you may want to deactivate or inactivate your customers. In that case, you can untick this tick box, then that customer will inactivate. Next, credit limit. If you enter credit limit, or if you are giving credit limit for your customers, you can enter that credit limit. And if your customer increase, or when you are entering transaction, if customer increases, the customer credit limit increases, system will display a message. Then if you want, you can block that enter transaction for that customer if credit limit exceed, or you can continue the transaction. Next, customer VAT number. If your customer is a VAT registered customer, you can enter customer's VAT number. Next, sales rep. Sometimes your company may have sales rep. In that case, you can allocate your sales rep to this customer. And when you are entering transactions, that sales rep will display in the transaction. So you can identify customer sales by sales rep. Those reports you can generate. And if you want to allocate the sales rep, you can allocate from here. And you can create sales rep by clicking this add new sales rep. You can enter sales rep details, first name, last name, email address, telephone, mobile numbers, and you can save. Next, accept electronic invoices. If you take this option, your customers can pay online for your outstanding. Right. Next, allocate, auto allocate receipt to oldest invoices. Now, there's an option auto allocate receipt to oldest invoices. Now, if you have several outstanding invoices, if your customer has several outstanding invoices, when you are enter customer receipt, system will allocate that receipt to oldest invoices. Okay, now we will check one example. Go to transactions, customer receipts. Click add receipt. You can select the customer. Right, I have entered 115,000. Then system will automatically allocate that. You can see left side there's a tick box allocated to oldest invoices. You can see that date, that receipt allocated to oldest invoices. Now, if you want to manually select, you can tick manually, or if you tick this option, system will automatically allocate to oldest invoices. Now, for an example, when you are paying your electricity bills or utility bills, that company will allocate your payment to oldest invoices. Now, even though if you have outstanding for January, February, March, you are paying for March amount, but system will allocate that amount to January invoice. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Now, assume in your electricity bills, there may be outstanding for January, February, March months. But even though you are paying for month of March, that electricity board will allocate that payment for January outstanding bill. Okay, like that, the system also has option to allocate to oldest invoices. If you tick this option, system will allocate to oldest invoices, or if you want to manually allocate, you can untick this option. Even though if you tick here, you can manually allocate when you are processing that customer receipts. Right. Next, exclude from data's manager. Now, if you have activated your data's manager module, this option will display. Otherwise, it will not display. If you can view this exclude from data's manager, you have correctly activated your data's manager module. Okay. Now, in this data's manager module, I briefly explain. It's an add-on module, and here you can see under customers data's manager outstanding invoice workflow. From here you can set your outstanding invoices workflow. Now you can set dates here, and after that if you set a date here, system will automatically send reminder emails to that outstanding customers. If customer has outstanding invoices or overdue invoices, system will automatically send outstanding invoice reminders for those customers. And if you tick this option, exclude from debtors manager, system will not send outstanding invoice reminders. And if you want to send, you can untick this option. Next, new invoices on hold. If you want to block to enter new invoices for this customer, you can tick this option. Then your users cannot enter invoices for this customer. Right, like that, you can enter these details. There are a few questions. Can't tick that add-on modules. Please go to your administration, my profile, and there may be allocate option. You can tick that or you can click that blue color button, and it will redirect to this screen. Then you can click this manage modules, and you can tick these options. or else by clicking the subgrade, or you can go to my profile. You can click the subgrade, and enter one under time tracking, multi-currency, and debtors manager, and you can click next and you can finish. Okay, from that also you can activate your add-on modules. There's another question. I entered data, but my customer supply item list not display. Can you go to customer list and list of customer and check these transactions available or customers available? Okay, if you have any questions, we will check in the break time. We will continue balance part. Right, you can enter these details. Next, you can go to this postal address and you can enter your company address. Okay, postal address you can enter, then delivery address. Now, if your customer has two different locations, they are registered or postal address in one location and delivery address is a different location, you can enter both postal address and delivery address, or you can copy delivery address by clicking this copy from postal address, and also you can link that address to map, Google Map. And when you are delivery goods, you can use the Google Map. Right. Next, contact details. You can enter your contact person name, email address, telephone, mobile, fax, and web address. Okay, you can enter these details, and if you have by clicking this link, you can directly email, and if you have enter mobile number or telephone number, you can call or you can Skype call, and you can log into that web address. Right. Next, now there are three options. Invoices can be viewed online. Now, when you are discuss that company settings, I think you can remember this customers on. From here, we have allowed customers view their invoices and account history online. And if you want to allow view online, you can take this option. And if you want to block viewing invoices online, you can untick this option. Okay, if you want to allow, you can tick, and if you want to block view invoices online, you can untick this option. Next, send the outstanding invoice reminder. From here, you can set outstanding invoice reminders. So if you want to send outstanding invoice reminders, you can take this. And if you want to block, you can untick this option. Next, send overdue invoice reminders. From here also, if you want to send overdue invoice reminders, you can tick this option. And if you want to block, you can untick this option. Right. Next, statement distribution method. From here, from this system, you can directly send emails, customer statements via email. And if you select this statement distribution, if you select email, system will email that customer statements to your customers. And if you have select print, you can print like that. There are 4 options: none, print, email, print, and email. And one important thing, if you haven't entered any email address, please select print or none. If you select email here, you cannot save the customer. Okay. If you haven't entered any email address, please select this statement distribution as none or print. If you without entering email address, if you select print, you can email, you cannot save this customer. Okay. Next, default discount. If you are regularly giving discounts for your customers, you can enter that discount rate or discount percentage here. And when you are entering transaction, that default discount rate will apply. Okay. Now we will enter one transaction. We'll enter quotation. Now you can see this customer has default discount. This will display here. And if you want, you can change when you are processing transaction time. But it's easy if you have enter any default discount, then when you are processing transaction, that discount rate will apply. Next, price list. Now you may have different customers, and for different customers, you are selling at different prices the same item. Okay, now for an example, if you are selling computers for retail customers, you will sell at a different price, and for wholesale customers, you will sell at a different price. So if you are maintaining different price list, you can select the price list from here. And when you are invoicing for this customer, the relevant prices will display in the invoice or quotation. Next, default VAT rate, you can select the relevant VAT rate from here. And if you are giving credit period for your customers, you can enter the credit period. Now for an example, if you are giving 30 days credit, you can enter the number of days here. Next, currency. If you are creating a local customer, you can select the currency as Sri Lankan rupees. Or if you are creating a foreign customer, you can select the relevant customer currency. And if you select this currency, when you are invoicing, that customer's currency will display in the invoice. Okay. And also one important thing, if you select any customer currency after you enter transactions, you cannot change this currency. Therefore, when you are creating customers or when you are giving this customer currency, please carefully check and select the correct customer currency. Okay, after you enter these details, you can save. After you save that, that customer will display under list of customers. Okay, now you can create a customer. Go to customers, click add a customer. From here, you can enter customer details and you can save. Okay, even with the customer name, only entering customer name, you can save your customer. But better if you can enter other details also. This postal address, delivery address, contact details. If available, you can enter, or just enter customer name also. You can save the customer. Right now, you can enter customer and check it from your list of customers. Okay, after you create customers, you can view customers from this list of customers. Okay, you can view customer list, and if you want to edit that customers by clicking this blue color link, you can edit your customers. Okay, we will next move to other tabs. There are few tabs: activity, additional contacts, notes, user defined fields, personal information, sales graphs, codes, sales orders, invoices, and report layouts. Okay, I'll open a customer with transactions. Now, this activity type, uh, after you enter transactions, system will automatically update these activities. From activities, you can view customer opening balance, customer adjustments, tax invoices, credit notes, customer receipts, and customer balance. You don't want to enter any amounts here, system will automatically update. And also now here you can view that tax invoices. If you want to view details, you can by clicking this detail button, you can view that details. Total tax invoices summary will display here. If you want to view transaction, by clicking this detail button, you can view that transactions. Next, additional contacts. If you want to add additional contacts, now here you can enter one contact name. In addition to this contact, if you want to add more additional contacts, you can enter from here. Okay, you can enter contact person name, designation, telephone number, fax, mobile, email address. And there's another two options: OS invoices, outstanding invoices. If you want to send outstanding invoice reminders for this contact also, you can tick here. Then when system sending outstanding invoice reminders, for these contacts also will receive outstanding invoice reminder. Next, overdue invoices. And for this one also, if you tick this option, when system sending overdue invoice reminders, these contact also will receive overdue invoice reminder. And there are two buttons. By clicking this plus mark, you can add more additional contacts. And if you want to remove any line, by clicking this red color button, you can delete that line. Next, notes. From here, you can add notes to your customer. Okay, now for an example, if you want to arrange a meeting with the customer, you can add a note here. Then when you reach that action date, it will display on the dashboard. Okay, now you can enter customer note here, and if you enter customer note, it will display under this dashboard to-do list. can see these customer notes. And here you can enter now for an example. Next Monday, if you want to arrange a meeting, you can enter that customer note. Furthermore, if you want to attach any documents to this customer, now for an example, if you sign any agreement with this customer, you can add attachments to this customer, okay, by clicking this add attachment. You can add attachment, okay, by clicking this add attachment. You can attach, and you can attach up to 2 MB files, and you can attach up to 5 attachments. Okay, after you attach documents, you can save. Next tab is user defined fields. Now under details, you can enter that customer name, postal address, contact details. And in addition to that, if you want to add more details, you can use this user defined fields. Now for an example, you want to enter that agreement start date with this customer. If you want to add agreement end date, those details you can add here. And if you want to add customer birthday, those details you can add here. And if you have any other values or numeric values, agreement values, those details you can enter here. Okay, now and also you can customize these labels from company settings. From go to company, change company settings. Select user defined fields, select customer. From here, you can rename your label name. Now here, these numeric values I have changed to agreement number. Therefore, it will display as agreement number. Now, if you want to add customer birthday, you can enter birthday here. Then it will display in after you save this. Here now you can see this date field 2 has changed to birthday. Like that, you can enter these user defined fields. Next, personal information. Now this is just only for Data Protection Act. You can keep your customer details for any period, and from here, if you want to extend, you can extend that period. Next, sales graph. I'll open customer with transactions. After you create customer and you enter transactions, this sales graph will automatically update. From here, you can view this year and last year customer sales. Okay, monthly sales you can view from here, and by clicking this graph, you can view detail. Next, quotes tab. From here, you can view what are the quotations you have entered to this customer. You can view quotation number, quotation date, status, and total. Next, sales orders. From here, you can view what are the sales orders you have entered to this customer. Next, invoices. you can view unpaid invoices for this customer. Next, report layouts. Now, sometimes you may have different type of customers, and you may issue different invoice format. Now, for an example, if you are a SWAT registered customer, you may issue a SWAT tax invoice, a SWAT invoice for SWAT registered customers, and VAT invoice for VAT registered customers. In that case, you can maintain two layouts for those customers, a SWAT invoice format and VAT invoice format. And if this is a VAT registered customer, you can select the VAT format. And if this is a SWAT registered customer, you can select a SWAT register format. Then when you are invoicing for those customers, relevant VAT format, that invoice format will display. Okay, now there are a few default tax invoices. You can select relevant tax invoice format here, and you can select the invoice format. Okay, after you select these details, you can save the custom. Right, now you can practice this additional context, notes, and user-defined fields. Okay, there's a message. Can sales graphs explain again? Now, there's a tab, sales graph. From this sales graph, you can view your customers' monthly sales comparing with previous year. You can view both this year and last year monthly sales, and it will display as a graph. That dark blue is last year and light blue is this year. And you can view the months, and you can view the sales graph. Furthermore, by clicking these bars, you can view detail. Now, if you click this October, you can back by clicking this arrow. Now, I'll click this November button, November 2020. Then system will display this November 2020 daily sales. Okay, now here, November 1 to 30th available. You can view that daily sales. And also, if you want to view transaction wise, by clicking this bars, you can view that transaction. Now that amounts, customer name, invoice number, date, and amount will display here. If you want to go back, you can go back by clicking this arrow. From these tabs, you can enter details, additional contacts, notes, and user-defined fields. Other tabs will fill from the system. This activity, sales graph, codes, sales orders, invoices will fill from the system. Okay. After you create customers, you can view your list of customers. Go to customers, list of customers. From here, you can view your customers. From this grid, you can view name, category, customer balance, customer credit limit, contact name, mobile number, email, active, sales graph, actions. And if you want to customize this grid by clicking this customize grid button, select this customize grid, and you can customize. If you want any column, you can tick that column. And if you want to remove any column, you can untick that column. Okay. After that, you can save. Then you can view the new grid. Okay. Now, if you want to remove this discount percentage, you can untick this tick and save. Then discount will not display. And if you want to add some sales rep, you can tick this sales rep and you can save. And also by clicking these headings, you can sort these customers. Now, if you click this balance, now it will sort. If you want, you can sort by ascending or descending order. By clicking any heading, you can sort your customers ascending or descending order. Next, if you want to search, you can search any customers. And if you want to filter, you can filter from here. Okay. There are two filters: customer who have bought today, customer who had bought this month. From these filters, you can filter your customers. Next, multi-column sorting. Now, by clicking these headings, you can sort. And also, if you want to sort by more than one column, you can use this multi-column sorting. By clicking this add level, you can add levels. And you can add levels. Okay. Right. Like that, you can sort multi-columns. Next, actions. From these actions, you can quick view your customers, customer details, customer balances, contact details, the sales, then sales history, outstanding, recent transactions, overview, invoices, all transactions, codes. you can view. Okay, next, if you want to edit to a customer, delete to a customer, by clicking these buttons, you can edit. Next, create add invoice. If you want to add invoice, by clicking this add invoice, you can enter invoice for this customer. Then add quote, add sales order, add receipt. You can add invoice quotation, sales order, or receipt by clicking this customer name. Okay. Next, view statement. If you want to view any customer statement, you can view from there. Next, you can see there are some inactivated buttons available. If you tick any customer, those buttons will activate. Okay. Now, if you tick on any customer, these buttons will activate. And if you want to delete more than one customer, you can select those customers, and by clicking this delete button, you can delete. And also one important thing, if your customer has transactions, you cannot view those or you cannot delete those customers. Okay, if your customer has transactions, you cannot delete those customers. Next, mark as active, inactive. Now, if you untick this option, you can see that first 4 customers inactivated. If you want to active again, I select second, third, and fourth customers. Now, those are inactivated customers. Click mark as active, inactive, and you can save. Then again, those customers activated. Next, update. From here, you can select that customers, and you can update those customers. Now you can see first, second, third, and fourth customers categories are accounting software and distributor. I select another one. Click update. From here, you can select the category, which field you are going to change, and you can select category here. Then you can see third and fourth and fifth customers also category has changed to accounting software. I'll change it again. Right now, if you want to change more than one customer details, you can select those customers and you can change. Now, if you want to change sales rep, you can select sales rep, and you can change from here. Okay, all sales rep will change like that. From selecting these fields, you can change that customer details. Okay, now you can practice this customer list. Okay, like this, you can create your customers. Next, we will move to sales reps. Okay, you can create sales reps from customers list of sales reps, and click add sales rep. From here, you can enter sales rep first name, last name, email address, telephone number, and mobile number. Under sales rep also, you can enter any action date or any notes, and also you can attach documents. Okay, by clicking this file button, you can attach document. For an example, if you want to attach sales rep appointment letter or commission structure, those details you can attach from here. After you enter these details, you can save your sales rep. By creating sales rep, you can link that sales reps to your customer invoices. And if you link that sales rep to your customer invoices, you can view sales rep wise sales. Okay, from here you can select sales rep, and you can view sales rep wise sales. Right. In addition to that, when you are creating customer time also, you can create sales reps by clicking these sales reps and click this add new sales rep. From here also you can enter sales rep details and you can save. After you create sales reps, you can view list of sales reps. Here also you can sort ascending or descending order. You can search sales reps. You can customize this grid by clicking this customize grid button, and required columns you can tick, and if you want to remove any column you can untick. Right, now you can create sales reps. Go to customers, transaction, customers list of sales reps. Okay, please create 2 sales reps. Okay. Next, we will move to customer categories. You can create customer categories from customers list customer categories. Okay. After that, you can click add category, enter category, and you can save. After you create your customer categories, you can view that list of categories. Or when you are creating customers, that time also you can create your customer categories. By clicking this category, click add new category, enter your category. Okay, like that you can create your customer categories. Now you can create a few customer categories. Okay, next we will start supplier master files. Before move to supplier master file, we will take a short break. We will start by 4:40. And also, if you have any questions, shall we discuss after the session? Then you can share your screen and we can check what's the issue. Okay, after the session, we will check your issues. Okay, thank you. Okay, next we will move to supplier module, and from here we will create a list of suppliers and supplier categories. Right. You can create suppliers from suppliers list of suppliers, click add supplier, or you can go to suppliers and click add the supplier. From here, you can enter supplier details. You can save a supplier by entering supplier name, and you can enter supplier name and you can save, but it's better if you can enter other details also. Okay. Here also you can select or you can create a customer supplier category. And if you are implementing this for all company, you may have opening balances. If this supplier has opening balances, you can enter opening balance here and you can select the opening balance as at date. Now, if you are starting from 1st of April, you can select opening balance as at date as 31st March 2021. Next, credit activity, active. If this supplier is an active supplier, you can take this option. And later, if you want to inactive this supplier, or later you will found this supplier price is very high, therefore you will discontinue this supplier. And if you are decided to discontinue this supplier, you can untick this active option. Then that supplier will inactivate. Next, credit limit. If your supplier giving credit limit, you can enter that credit limit. Next, VAT reference. If your supplier is a VAT registered supplier, you can enter supplier's VAT number. Next, auto allocate payments to oldest invoice. Now, if you tick this option, when you are paying to this supplier, system will allocate to oldest invoice. Okay, when you are, if you have several outstanding invoices, and when you are paying to this supplier, system will allocate that payment to oldest invoices. Okay, we will check one example. You will enter supplier payment, click add supplier payment, select supplier. Now this supplier has several outstanding invoices. We will enter amount. Now you can see system has automatically allocated to oldest invoices. And if you want to auto allocate to oldest invoices, you can take this option. Or if you want to manually allocate, you can untick this option. Next, postal address and physical address. You can enter supplier's postal address and physical address here. Next, contact details. You can enter contact details here. Contact name, email, telephone, mobile number, fax, web address. Here also by clicking these links, you can directly email, a Skype call, or you can log into website. Next, default settings. By entering this default setting, when you are enter transactions, these default settings will apply for this transaction. Now, if you are giving any, if your supplier giving regular discount to you, you can enter that discount percentage, tax rates. And if supplier giving credit period, you can enter credit period. Assume this supplier giving 45 days credit, you can enter number of days here. And from currency, you can select supplier's currency. After you enter these details, you can save this customer supplier. And you can view that suppliers in your list of suppliers. Okay, we will discuss other tabs after creating suppliers. Now you can create 2 suppliers. Okay, please create 2 suppliers, one for local currency and another supplier for foreign currency. You can select any currency from here. Please create 2 suppliers. Okay, after you create your after you create your suppliers, you can view your suppliers from list of suppliers. And if you want to edit your suppliers, by clicking this link, you can open that supplier and you can edit supplier details. Right. For explanation purpose, I'll open with supplier with transaction. Right. Now, under details tab, you can enter supplier details. From activity, you can view that supplier transaction, supplier opening balances, supplier adjustments, supplier invoices, supplier returns, supplier payments, and supplier balance. And this is a summary. If you want to view detail, by clicking this detail button, you can view that transactions. Now this is supplier invoices total 2 million. And if you want to view detail, by clicking this detail button, you can view each supplier invoice wise details. Next, additional contacts. Under details, you can enter customer contact details. And in addition to that, if you want to add more contact details, you can enter here. You can enter contact name, designation, telephone number, fax, mobile, email. And if you want to add more contacts, by clicking this plus mark, you can add. And if you want to remove any line, by clicking this red color button, you can delete that line. Next, banking details. You can enter supplier bank details here. Account holder, that name, account number, bank name, branch code, and account type you can select from here. Next, notes. You can add notes for supplier. For an example, if you are arranging any meetings, if you want to send any document to supplier, you can enter that notes here. And when this action date reads, it will display in dashboard. You can go to home, select dashboard. Under to-do list, you can view if there's any supplier notes. Here you can view supplier notes. In addition to that, if you want to add attachments, by clicking this file mark, you can add attachments. You can attach up to 2 MB and maximum 5 attachments. Next, user-defined field. In addition to these details, if you want to add more details, you can use this user-defined fields. Here you can enter that additional details, and you can customize these labels from this company settings. Go to user-defined fields, select supplier, and you can change this label name. These label names you can change from here. Next, personal information. This is also due to Data Protection Act. If you want to extend this period, you can extend from by ticking this period, and you can extend your period. Next, purchase graphs. After you enter transactions, you can view these graphs. Okay, you can view last year and this year purchases from this supplier, and you can view monthly sales, monthly purchases from this supplier. And also by clicking these bars, you can view detail. Now this is August 2021. You can view that month of August 2021, and by clicking these bars, you can view details. Next, purchase orders. You can view supplier purchase orders. That purchase order number, document date, and purchase order value. Next, unpaid invoices. You can view the supplier unpaid invoices. Next, report layout. Now, if you have different suppliers and you are sending different purchase order format, you can select the purchase order format from here. After you enter these details, you can save this supplier. Here also you can enter details, additional contacts, bank details, notes, and user-defined fields. Other tabs will fill by the system. Okay, now you can practice this additional tabs. Okay, after you create your suppliers, you can view your supplier list from this list of suppliers, and you can customize this grid by clicking this customize grid button. If you required any column, you can tick that column, and if you want to remove any column, you can untick that column. And you can sort by ascending or descending order. You can search suppliers, and you can filter suppliers. And also you can sort by multi-column. You can add levels from here. And you can sort. And also, if you have any foreign suppliers, when you are creating supplier, you can select the currency, and those foreign suppliers balances and credit limit will display from supplier's currency. Okay, now you can see this second supplier and fourth supplier, different currencies there because that supplier's currency is different. Next, from actions, you can quick view this supplier, edit or delete this supplier, and you can enter purchase order, supplier invoice, and payment for this supplier. Next, you can view some inactivated buttons here. If you select one or more supplier, you can view that buttons. Okay, and if you want to delete more than one supplier, you can select that suppliers and you can click this delete. And if that supplier has transactions, you cannot delete, but if you haven't, if that supplier haven't transactions, you can delete. Next, you can active or inactive suppliers, more than one supplier at once, by ticking or unticking. Next, update, you can change this category, auto allocate, discount percentage at once from these suppliers. Okay, now these first four suppliers, default tax rate, default VAT type will change. It will change to 8%. Right now you can see that these first four suppliers VAT type change to VAT 8%. Like that, you can edit your suppliers. And also from here, you can view how many suppliers in your system. If it is active supplier, this tick will be there. If inactive supplier, this tick is not available. Right. Next, we will move to supplier categories. Go to suppliers, list, supplier categories. From here also, we can create suppliers by product wise or area wise. And by clicking this add category, you can add supplier category. After you create supply categories, you can link to suppliers. And also when you are creating supplier time also, you can create supplier categories. Right, now please create two supplier categories. Okay, after you create supplier categories, you can view that supplier categories list. And also, if you create supplier categories, when you are generating your reports, you can filter by supplier categories. From here, you can select your supplier categories and you can generate the reports. Right, next we will move to items. From here, we can create our items. We can create physical items or service items. Okay, next we will move to items. From here, you can create physical items or service items. Go to items, click add an item, or you can go to items, list of items, and select add an item. First, you need to enter item code and item description. And from category, you can select item category. Now, for an example, when you are creating items, assume you are providing services or you are doing any consultancy services. That in that time, you can create a category as consulting services. Okay. Or if you are running a hotel, you can create items as accommodation or food and beverage services. Like that, you can create item categories, and when you are generating reports, you can filter that reports by item category. Next, physical or service. From here, you can select item type. If you are providing a service, you can select the service, or if it is a physical item or tangible item, you can select physical. Next, if it is an active item, you can tick this, and later if you are discontinue this item, you can untick this active tick box, then this item will inactivate. Okay. And if you are implementing this system for all company, you may have opening balances, item opening balances. In that case, you can enter item opening cost and opening quantity. When you are starting that system, that if you have 100 quantities, you can enter 100 and you can select the opening balance as at date. Right? And also, if you select service, you cannot view this opening quantity and opening quantity as at date. Right, next, item details. From here, you can enter your selling prices. Then if it is taxes available, system will calculate inclusive selling price, and under unit, you can enter numbers or kg or unit of measures, you can enter under units. Next, item accounts, you can select sales accounts, cost of sales account, inventory accounts, and item adjustment accounts. Now, when you are running your income statement, profit and loss report, now you can see that there are several sales account. Now when you are creating item, you can also create sales account from here. And if you create sales account, you can view that income separate. Now for an example, if you are assume you are doing export business, you are exporting tea, rubber, coconut, okay. And when you are creating items, assume you are creating tea, then you can create sales account for tea income. Then when you are enter invoices for this tea item, it will update that tea income account. I'll save this. And next we will create coconut. And when you are creating here, you can create a new sales account for coconut income. When you are selling coconuts, it will update coconut income account. Like that, you can create cost of sales. Then when you are purchasing this coconut, it will update that coconut cost of sales account. Like that, you can create different item accounts, or without creating item accounts, if you are selecting only sales, all sales will update only for one account. Now here also you can see different sales account available, transport sales, computer sales, like that. Now if you are not creating separate accounts for separate items, it will display as a total sales. Okay? Different accounts you cannot view. One sales account will display with all total sales amount. When you are doing transaction, you will understand why we are creating different accounts, and you can enter transactions and you can check what is the difference between these sales account. Okay, next, if taxes available for this item, you can select taxes or tax rate from here. And major industry code, some countries there are industry codes for that company industry wise. Currently Sri Lanka it's not available, therefore no need to select here. And you can save this item, okay, by entering item code, description, and selling prices. Or if you have opening balances, you can enter opening balances and select tax rate, and you can save this item. And also, if you have a different price list, you can enter that prices here. Now for an example, for default price you will send 100, and for distributors you will sell it to 70, wholesale customers you will sell to 80, and retail prices you will sell 90. Like that, you may have different selling prices. Those selling prices you can enter here. And if you have cost, you can enter cost here. If you enter cost here, system will calculate gross profit percentage and gross profit amount. Okay, after that you can save. And also I'll quickly go through this price list. Now, when you are setting your company settings, you can create price list. Go to company, change company settings, general settings, item settings. From here, you can create price list by clicking plus mark. You can add price list and you can rename price list and you can save. And when you are creating customers, you can select that relevant price list for that customer. From here, you can select. And when you are creating items, you can enter that different price list prices. Okay, there are 3 steps. First, you need to create price list. Second, when you are creating customers, you need to link that price list for that customer. And finally, when you are creating customer items, you can enter that price list prices. After you enter these processes, when you are selecting or when you are invoicing for a particular customer, that relevant price list prices will display in the invoice. Right. Next activity, I'll open inventory item with transactions. Now here in activity, you can view that opening balances, adjustment, tax invoices, supplier invoice, credit notes, and supplier returns. And also you can view the balance of these items. And also by clicking this detail button, you can view transaction wise for that item. Next, notes. If you want to add any notes, you can add notes here, and also you can attach documents. Next, user defined fields. If you want to add any additional details, you can add here, and you can customize this user defined fields from company settings. Next, purchase graphs. From here, you can view last year and this year purchases or monthly purchases you can view. Okay, by clicking these bars, you can view detail. Next, sales graphs. From here, you can view this item sales graph last year and this year. Next, sales versus purchases. And also you can attach a picture for this item. Okay, like this, you can attach picture for these items. Right, now you can create 2 items. Go to items, click add an item, and you can create items. Please create 2 items. Okay, and after you create 2 items, please create items for uh, keyboard, mouse, monitor, and computer. Okay, after you create items, you can view that list of items, item code, description, category, exclusive price, inclusive price, average cost, last cost, and also uh, you can customize this item grid. By clicking this customize grid, you can edit this grid by ticking or unticking. You can add or remove columns, and you can search items, and you can filter items from here. And by clicking this multi-column sorting, you can sort by name. Okay. Next, actions. From actions, you can quick view, edit, or delete these items. And by clicking these headings, you can sort this item ascending or descending order. Next, you can see some items, some buttons available. After you tick this item, that buttons will activate. You can delete or mark as active or inactive. And if you want to upgrade that category, these fields you can update by clicking these buttons. Right. Next, we will move to item categories. Go to items, list, item categories. And here you can add item category. By clicking this item category button, you can create items, item categories. Okay, and if you want to edit or delete categories from here, by clicking actions, you can edit or delete your categories. Right now, you can create few item categories. Okay, next we will move to item categories. Sorry, we'll move to list of bundle items. You can go to list of bundle items from item, list of bundle items. From here, we can add components for particular item. Now, for an example, now if you are selling computers, you can add uh, create a bundle item as a computer, and you can add components that mouse, keyboard, speakers, you can add to this bundle item. And when you are invoicing for that item, that components automatically will display in the screen. Now we will enter quotation. select bundle item here, and we will select computer. Now, after you select computers, you can view that other components will display here. Okay, I have select only computer, and other items will display here. And enter again, go to customers, transactions, customer codes, click add code, change this type to bundle, and select item. And if I change this quantities, it will change. Like that, if you are creating bundle item, when you select the main item, other components will display in the screen. Okay, now we will create bundle item. Go to items, list of items, click add item bundle, and enter code, enter description, and you can select items. Now for computer you need one keyboard, one mouse, and you can select monitor, one monitor, and you create speak also. And we will enter 2 speakers. Okay, and you can save. And after you go to transactions, you'll add a quotation. You will change this type from item to bundle and select that computer. Now you can see that components of that computer will display here. And when you are changing this quantity, other components quantity also will change. Right, now you can create computer bundle item. Before create computer bundle item, you can create a few items for that mouse, keyboard, monitor, and speaker. And after that, you can link that items. Okay, go to items, list of bundle items, and click add item bundle. From here, you can enter bundle item code and description, and from here you can select items, so you can create items and you can link. You can enter item bundle code and item bundle description, and from here item code you can select that components, keyboard, mouse, monitor, speakers, and you can enter quantities here, and you can save that item bundle. Okay, you can create bundle items from items list of item bundles, and enter item bundle code description, and you can link items for this bundle item. After that, you can save. Okay, like that, you can create bundle items. After you create bundle items, you can select that bundle items in the quotations or invoices. And if you select that bundle item, other components will display here. Right. So you can save your time without selecting that 5 items. By selecting one item, you can enter all other items. Okay, right. Like that, we can create customers, suppliers, and items. Next session, we will start from banking master files. Okay, and we will wrap up for today.